Have you ever gotten on board with something that maybe started off a little bit bad? Like some not so clean things had to happen in order to get something really good and positive going. And then stuff didn't turn out so good. You're not alone. This is what happens in Judges chapter 9. In Judges chapter 9, Gideon is referred to as Jerubbaal. This is another name that the Bible has for him, and maybe it's calling him this because this is the bad part of his life. He started off so well, and then we looked yesterday at how things didn't go so well for him. Well, the saga continues. He's got a son named Abimelech, which means my father is king. He didn't need to call his son that, and Israel didn't need a king. They had a God. They had God, Jehovah God. But this kid wanted to be king. The problem was Gideon had a lot of wives and a lot of sons, 70 of them. And so these other ones had designs on being king too. And so there were sons from Abimelech's mother and then sons that were like half-brothers of his. And so he says to the ones that were from his mother, hey, I'm the oldest, and why don't you guys help me out? Why don't you help me be king? And they say, hey, we'll help you. What do you need? Well, we need to raise some money, to get some advertising going and this kind of thing. So they gave him 70 pieces of silver. And with this, he killed all the sons of the father, 69 of them. And this is an unbelievable, terrible coup that happens. The men of Shechem were privy to the understanding of this. They understood that what was going on, and they agreed with it. They were part of the people that he hired with the 70 pieces of silver to kill their brothers. And so one of the surviving sons, who actually survives a brother of his named Jotham, goes to the men of Shechem and says, look, I had a dream. It's about these trees and this and that. And the dream basically says, if you guys don't turn away from this, it's going to come back and really bite you in the rear. It's going to be a bad thing. And they say, well, we're backing Abimelech, so don't worry about it. Well, Shechem does that until one day they don't back Abimelech, and they're openly cursing him in a party, and he finds out about it. And so he gets his troops ready and goes and kills most of the men of Shechem. In fact, there were 1,000 women and children and some men held up in a tower, and he burns that tower down. He's like, I got this. I can handle myself. So the next battle he goes to is a town called Thebez, and he encounters another tower. And he says, tower warfare, I got this. I've done this before. And he goes up to the tower, and he's going to do his fighting. And a woman drops a millstone on his head, crushes his skull, and he demands that his armor-bearer kill him because it doesn't want to say he got killed by a woman. It doesn't end well. It didn't end well for him. It didn't end well for the people who were involved in giving him money. It didn't end well for the people that were hired to do the job. It didn't end well for anybody. Here's what you learn from this. When something starts bad, don't think it's going to end good. When something starts with nefarious things going on that are underhanded, undercutting, and you think, well, we're just going to cheat a little bit here. Just cheat a little bit, because there's a lot of good things going to happen. We're going to give to God some of this money. We're going to stop right there. Stop right there. God is not involved. Judges chapter 9 teaches us that, man, as soon as you know it's wrong, run. And if his brothers had done that, he wouldn't have had the money together to hire the money to kill those brothers. The men wouldn't have gotten hired. It would have ended a completely different way. Maybe Israel wouldn't have had a king or a leader, because really didn't need that. God wanted to be their leader. They needed to have spiritual leadership. So today, I'm not sure what's going on in your life, but God does, and the Holy Spirit does. If there's anything going on that just is a little bit underhanded, you might want to walk away sooner than later.